So what's up guys, Sam here, and 2017 is upon us, and with that, I thought that I would kick off the new year with not 5, not 10, but 20 of the best apps to get your new year started right. Now, I just want to make it clear from the get-go that none of these apps on this list are sponsored in any way, so rest assured every single one of them is something picked genuinely by me. So with that said, sit back, relax, and let's get started. So kicking off our list, we have an adventure game entitled Fast Like a Fox. So in this game you play as a fox, hence the title, and it's your mission to return the treasures of the golden fox to their rightful owners. So for each level you have to run and jump to try and collect all the coins, jewels and diamonds, but what really sets this game apart is the fact that it actually uses the sensors in your phone for gameplay. So you can choose to simply tap the screen for your gameplay if you prefer that, but what's really cool is you can actually set it up to play by tapping the back of your phone. This in turn causes your fox character to run faster and faster, and it just provides for a really unique and engaging gaming experience. Aside from that, the geometry and vector-based graphics are really well designed and visually appealing, and this is a great time-wasting game to add to your arsenal. Next up we have Walle, and as you might have guessed, this is a wallpaper application, but what makes this so good is because there isn't just thousands of unnecessary wallpapers to waste hours browsing through Walle, but the wallpapers available in this app are carefully selected from a community of artists from around the world, meaning there is nothing but high quality designs to choose from. Now, if you're looking for the typical landscape or flower or car photography type wallpapers, then Walle probably isn't for you, but the wallpapers found in this application are all unique, super attractive artworks which will make your device a true pleasure to look at each day. Third on our list today is LastPass, and this is a super useful password manager application that makes remembering all those pesky passwords in your life a thing of the past. So basically, upon installing the application, LastPass starts to remember all the passwords you input into your device, whether that be social media, your favorite websites, or even credit card information should you so desire. And rather than repeatedly having to remember the 101 passwords you use in your life, all you have to do is remember one master password, which is what you use to log into LastPass, and it will do all the remembering and inputting for you. Not only this, but if you prefer, you can actually set the master password to be your fingerprint, meaning not only is it more secure, but it's way quicker too, and of course you're never going to forget your fingerprint. On top of that, it's super secure. The app never has the key to your encrypted data, so your information remains safe, and supposedly they use a bank level encryption, which means you have nothing to worry about regarding the safety of your passwords. And speaking of fingerprints, the next app on our list is Fingerprint Gestures, and this takes the popular Pixel phone feature of triggering certain shortcuts using the fingerprint scanner, and not only gives non-Pixel owners the same feature, but it also gives you a bunch more extra options. So using gestures such as single tap, double tap, or swipe, among others, you can trigger a whole host of actions, including, but not limited to, toggling your notifications panel, opening a particular application, switching to your last app, playing or pausing a music track, next or previous song, plus heaps more. Now, the experience isn't quite as flawless as it is on the Pixel devices, but it's pretty darn good if you ask me, and it increases the functionality of your smartphone devices tenfold. Coming in at number 5 on our list is a puzzle game called Two Dots. This simple yet addictive game is actually a sequel to the wildly popular game called Dots, and as with that game, Two Dots essentially just involves connecting the same coloured dots to one another in order to remove them from the board, which brings in a new set of dots. It's kind of like Candy Crush, but in my opinion, even better. As the game goes on, you begin to learn additional skills such as connecting a square of dots to remove that colour from the board, as well as creating bombs, sinking anchors, fighting fires, plus heaps more. On top of the addictive nature, it's actually just a really beautifully designed game with a really cool set of sound effects and soundtrack. Following that, we have Learn How to Draw, and the name of this app speaks for itself, but to expand on that a little, this application basically gives you a massive collection of super easy to follow tutorials that are designed to help you improve in your drawing skills. Now, within this really well designed and easy to use interface, the app basically gives you two different tutorial views. Books, which is basically like a set of classes on drawing different things, or tutorials, which are individual lessons within these classes. On top of that, there are 3 different learning levels: beginner, intermediate, and advanced, so it caters to learners of all different abilities. The tutorials are designed by Will Sliney, who is actually a professional comic book artist, so there are lots of human elements that are the primary focus of what you're learning to draw, but I think perhaps the best part is that each of the lessons don't just focus on the final drawing, but actually on the skills and shapes you need to build up your characters and figure work, meaning you'll be able to utilize these skills in drawing anything you so desire. After that, we have a health and fitness app dubbed Twilight. Now, admittedly, this application can actually be found as a built-in feature on some devices these days, and there's no question as to why. This app is designed for people who find themselves struggling to fall asleep at night, and like pretty much everyone, finds themselves using their smartphones or tablets into the evening. So I'm sure we've all heard about the research that states that the more your eyes are exposed to blue lights before sleeping, well, this can actually cause a disruption to your natural rhythm, blah, blah, blah. And essentially this causes a difficulty in falling asleep. So Twilight aims to provide a fix to that by placing a filter across your screen, basically decreasing the blues. The best part about it though is that it actually adapts automatically to the time of day, only filtering out the blue light after sunset so that your device appears normal at other times of the day. But if you're someone who is struggling to get to sleep each night, then Twilight may just be a solution for you. Next up, we have Float Tube Video, which essentially gives you the ability to watch any YouTube video of your choosing outside of the YouTube app in a floating player mode. This means you can multitask like a king, keeping your YouTube videos open whilst you text, or play a game, or browse the web, or really whatever the heck you want. In order to make it work, all you have to do is hit the share button on your desired video within the YouTube app, and then tap the Float Tube Video icon, which will actually trigger a full screen player. But then when you tap on the picture-in-picture icon down below, this triggers the floating window mode. From there, you can actually pinch and drag to resize the window to whatever size you want, and this is just a super useful application to have on your phone should you be someone who loves to multitask while watching YouTube videos. Coming in next on our list is PhotoScan, which is made by Google, and this application basically allows you to scan and save your favorite printed photos using your phone's camera. Now, this is more than just taking a photo of an older picture, which you totally can still do, but PhotoScan actually creates enhanced digital scans, giving you glare-free scans with an easy-to-follow step-by-step capture process with automatic cropping using edge detection, and it also straightens your photos using perspective correction. If you're someone who has a lot of physical, printed photos, then this app is definitely worthwhile taking a look at. Alright, so we're halfway into our list, and next up we have Badlands, a platform adventure game that I would say falls somewhere between the gameplay of Flappy Bird and the beautiful design of Limbo, a game that I featured in the top apps of December 2016. So like Flappy Bird, the gameplay involves continuously tapping to move the game and your character forward, but that's just about where the similarities with Flappy Bird end. You are controlling a forest dweller throughout this game, sent out to find out what has gone terribly wrong. This game is not only beautiful to the eye, but also super eerie with its sound effects and music, and this game is the definition of immersive and engaging. If you're a fan of Limbo, then you'll absolutely love this game, so definitely check it out. Next up, we have Snipback, an audio recording app with a super neat trick up its sleeve. Now, just like any audio recording app, you can use Snipback to record any sort of audio you so desire, but the real kicker is that once you open up the app, your smartphone starts listening, and if at any point you hit the 30-sec button, Snipback will recover those 30 seconds of recorded audio for you to then listen to. You can actually pick from 3 different customizable record durations, even up to 30 minutes should you ever think you need to, and you don't actually need to keep the app open or even the phone awake for the app to work its magic. There's also a background noise reduction filter, and on top of that, the app is just super well designed with a minimalistic layout that makes it really easy to use. This app will save you plenty of space on your phone, ensuring you only capture the information you really need. After that, we have Dactyl, which is an application that is simple in nature, but wildly useful in actuality. This app simply lets you take a photograph using just your fingerprint on the fingerprint sensor. Now, I know what you might be thinking, why on earth would I need that? Well, just have a look at the 4.8 star rating and crazy popular reviews this app is getting on the Google Play Store, and it might just make a little more sense. Essentially, this app makes it 1,000 times easier to capture that perfect selfie without having to squint and find the software button on your screen. Now, admittedly, this app would be even more ideal with phones that have a rear fingerprint sensor, because that is the more natural way in which you hold a device to capture a selfie. But the fact that this app works in conjunction with your existing camera app and is borderline flawless in operation makes this a must try. Following that, we have Snap Swipe Draw, which is a personalization app that basically replicates the stock Android notification bar, but in doing so creates a drawer for you to add whichever widgets you would like. So you basically set this thing up to trigger from a certain part at the top of your screen, the same as you would if you were triggering the actual notification toggles, and then you can go ahead and add widgets from any application. So for example, rather than having my month calendar widget on a second page as it usually is for my setup, I can set it up so that it appears under this notification toggle, which as a result cleans up my setup big time. And the sky's really the limit with this app. You can place weather information, notifications, app shortcuts, anything that has a widget into this notification shortcut toggle. So without a doubt, if used correctly, this application can up your productivity game big time and is definitely worth checking out. Staying with personalization, the next app on our list is the Omen icon pack. No top applications video is complete without an icon pack of some sort, and this one definitely packs a punch. Now, as you can probably see, these icons really just pop and they just look incredibly visually appealing. On top of that, this icon pack features over 3,900 different icons as well as a range of super high quality QHD wallpapers for you to pick from. In addition, it also features some really nice masking for any app icons that they haven't yet created, as well as live calendar support, which is awesome. This icon pack is definitely worth checking out. Alright, we're into the back end of our list now, and next up we have an incredibly unique game, so unique in fact that it's called There Is No Game. Now, you obviously download this app because you suspect that there is in fact a game, and the only spoiler I'll give you is that yes, there is, but it's not your typical game. This game is incredibly short. In fact, you could probably finish it within 10 minutes if you're switched on, so I'm not going to show you too much gameplay here to save you the fun of figuring it out. All I'll say is make sure your audio's turned on and is up loud because it absolutely makes this game. After that, we have Remo Duplicate, a super useful application designed to help you manage your photo gallery on your phone by using algorithms to tell you how many duplicate photos and even similar photos are on your phone, chewing up precious storage space. So upon opening the app, you trigger it to start scanning your photos, which it can do in the background as well. And once it is finished, a notification will appear, and from there it will present to you any duplicate or similar photos, which you can then determine whether or not you want to delete. This is invaluable because in the world of social media, sending pictures back and forth, we can actually unknowingly be left with duplicate photos, usually a compressed version and a full-size version, and this eats into your storage without you ever really knowing why. If you're running low on storage on your phone, then definitely check out this app to start freeing up some space. Following that, we have a bit of a unique application on this list, and that is Forest, which is an app aimed at improving your focus and boosting your productivity. So this app is designed for those of us who find ourselves somewhat addicted to always needing to pick up our phones to check our social media platforms, and the way in which it tackles this issue is by letting you plant a seed in a forest. From there, the longer that you stay within this application, the seed will eventually grow into a tree. However, if you leave the application to check Facebook or Twitter or anything, the tree will then wither away. You can set custom times for up to 2 hours, and this is obviously designed to help you stay focused on tasks needing completion. And without a doubt, the visually impressive design and simplicity of this app make it something worth checking out. Next up, we have Flow Home, a super unique launcher which takes a completely fresh approach to presenting your home screen. So in short, instead of a standard home screen that shows you app icons, Flow Home actually shows things from inside the icons. Now, the app is currently in beta mode, so there's only options for Twitter, Reddit, Tumblr, and Feedly, but as this application grows in its support of more and more third-party apps, I can see this thing being really popular. So currently I only have my Twitter set up with this app, and so scrolling down my home screen will present me with essentially my Twitter feed. You also have a calendar and weather option top left and right, and then tapping on your profile picture opens up any selected widgets, as well as theme and settings options. In addition, down the bottom right, there's actually a little toggle which opens up a set of most used applications, and then swiping over to the right opens up the full applications list. Again, it's early days for this app, but it's definitely worth checking out before this thing potentially blows up. So coming in at number 19 on our list today is Recipe Book, an application that features over 600,000 recipes with an integrated shopping list feature and just an overall really easy to use interface that will spark life into your cooking. So perhaps the best part about this app is that it actually uses deep learning to eventually tailor the recipes for its users. And on top of that, it features this really neat categories menu which caters to pretty much any culinary need you can think of. So for example, there's your staples such as breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but it also has gluten-free, low calories, party food, spicy, vegetarian, plus heaps more. As well as that, there's this really cool feature called Snap and Cook, which basically works by using pictures you've taken of various ingredients, and then it presents to you a collection of appropriate recipes to go ahead and utilize those ingredients in. If you're someone looking to refresh your catalog of recipes, then look no further than Recipe Book. And to finish off our list today, I have one final game to show to you guys, and that is this adventure epic called Lost Journey. So in this mysterious game, you play as a girl called Jennifer, being led along the way by an angel in the form of a butterfly, and you essentially walk around collecting shards of her memory, confronting different trials, in order to reach the end of the Lost Journey. You also use the time shifter to flip the entire level, which gives you the ability to access objects and areas you otherwise would not have. It's a beautifully designed game with an equally endearing soundtrack, and it's definitely one worth checking out. Aside from that, that pretty much rounds out the video. Without a doubt, these 20 applications are definitely worth checking out at some point throughout the year of 2017. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit that like button. But aside from that, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will catch you later.